Hey guys, Jason here again with the 2008 Nissan Titan SE with the Calmini lift. So I just wanted to give you an update. So since I cut the springs, everything settled nicely, and the front of the truck is a half inch shorter than the rear. So it's perfect. That 3/4 inches of height off the spring that I took off leveled the truck up really well in the front, and now my CV axles, if you can see them there just behind the strut, lined up perfectly. It's almost level. I won't be blowing boots anytime soon, so that's great. The other video I posted earlier about these sway bar relocation brackets, Steve was supposed to get back to me on that. Never heard from him. It's been 3 weeks, so I kind of got tired of waiting and calling, so I figured I'd just try and work things out by myself. I tried these one way. I flipped them around, I switched them sides, tried the sway bar brackets different ways. It does not mount to the truck with these on. You can't get them to connect to the sway bar links. So what I did is, before throwing everything off and just running the truck with no sway bar, I figured I would try to mount the sway bar where it was factory, and lo and behold, it fits. The only thing is I had to flip the sway bar over, so the passenger side is now oriented where on the driver's side and vice versa. I know the orientation of the sway bar isn't really how it's supposed to be, with the sway bar kind of being angled downward and towards the rear of the truck, but the sway bar links are still pointing upwards, and there was no major stress in putting them on. Everything is tight, nothing's loose and moving around, and I think it'll work. I get lots of clearance when I turn my wheels to the left and to the right, so I'm going to leave it that way and see how it works and see what happens. If I don't update you, it means everything's fine. So far so good with that. The last thing was just to install the skid plate that came with the kit. Super nice 3/4 inch thick steel skid plate. It's got mounting holes. I measured all these holes up because something's not lining up. So I measured these holes, and they're all perfectly the same from front to rear. So they're all straight, and all this skid plate's square. So this skid plate just mounts between the two subframes, so the front and the rear subframe. The lip on the skid plate in the front goes here. It's the only way it can go, and you can see the 3 mounting holes underneath. So there's one here, one here, one here. So the front mounting holes on the front subframe line up perfectly with the front of the skid plate. I get the bolts in there, no problem. But the rear mounting holes, I don't know if it might be a little bit too dark here, but the rear mounting holes are 1/4 inch off to the right as opposed to the front mounting holes. So they do not line up with this skid plate at all. So to get this skid plate in with the rear mounting holes, I'm going to have to take this tab completely off, or grind out 1/4 inch off of this tab somehow, and the center one as well, and the far right one. So I don't know if they built this kit maybe on a Friday afternoon or what they were thinking, but it's not the plate that's off, it's the rear subframe bolts or nuts, I guess, that are welded inside the frame for the bolts, these things that hold this plate up. They screw in from the bottom. So it's the nuts that are welded in there that are 1/4 inch off. So I don't know what they were thinking when they did that, but this skid plate does not line up. So these holes have to be reconfigured because I can't change the mounting position on the rear subframe, that's for sure. So anyway, I called Steve again. He couldn't take my call as usual, and it seems to be kind of a theme going on over there when you want something. So I don't know. I'm waiting on a call back, but I was waiting on a call back for these relocation brackets for like 3 weeks, and I never got it. So we'll see what happens. I think I'm just going to go ahead, grind those out, and put them on and be done with this lift. Because I want to drive my truck, man. I've been in and out of the shop for the last month trying to just fine-tune stuff and getting super tired of it. So I got 4 brand new tires on some factory Nissan rims for the winter, and they're 285 75 18, so they're going to be a pretty big beast of a tire. They should give me an extra 2 inches of height on the truck, so yeah, it should look all right when it's all done. All in all, I'm pretty happy with the kit. Customer service, however, let's say I'm not going to give it 5 stars. Anyway, that's where I am right now. I'll update you at the end and give you my final comments on what I think of this kit. And it's up to you guys if you want to buy one, but the Titan is a nice truck and it looks some good jacked up. So yeah, enjoy, take care, stay healthy, and you guys have a Merry Christmas because it's almost that time of year.